Welcome to Nourish. This is our stretching and flexibility class. Hope you find the right things to do for your body today to make yourself a little more comfortable. Make sure as we do the stretches that you're not necessarily going as far as you can into a stretch, but you're doing what's therapeutically good for your body. So make those choices as we move through. Maybe you can do something deeper, further, or harder, but maybe that's not what you need. So just as we move, look for that comfort and yet a little bit of demand in each stretch and each move. Come to the center of your mat, feet nice and parallel. They're just underneath your hips. Find the balance between both feet. Spread your toes wide. Press each toe individually into the mat. Let's just reach up, taking a breath in, and exhale, lower the hands to side body. Inhale, reach up. Let's keep our arms up there for a minute, breathing normally, and a little bit of stretch through the sides, like pull your ribs away from this hip bone, pull your ribs away from that hip bone, back and forth. Just feel that, and lower your hands to the side. We're going to go into a side bend. It's going to have a little wrist grab. We're going to actually use one hand to draw ourselves over to the other side. Inhale, reach up and grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. And then we just come into a side bend, draw yourself over to that side. Nice big stretch. Don't hold your breath. Come back to neutral spine. Draw yourself up towards the sky and come back across. Squeezing into your lungs a little bit, but keep breathing. Let's bring that elbow forward, wrap it around the back and ribs. Elbow sweeps back, chest opens, look up at the sky. And then let go and let those arms just rotate through. Rotate through. Going to the other side. Inhale, lift up. Grab a hold of the wrist, exhale into your side bend. One side feel different from the other? That's not unusual. Come on up. Reach and give a little draw up and come into your side bend again. Elbow comes forward, look down beside you on the floor. Wrap that stretch around. Sweep the elbow back, open up through the chest and look up a little bit. Let that go. Windmill the arms forward and forward. Just rolling through. Do your shoulders make kind of little grindy noises? As long as there's no pain, it's probably just little adhesions. We just need to work those out, work on those. And come to a pause. We're going to do apple picking now. I love this exercise. This is reaching straight above the head, like you're grabbing an apple off a tree, and then you pull your elbow all the way down to your hip, and the other arm goes up. So as that arm comes down, the other one reaches up. You can just stay gazing forward, reaching, maybe get up on those toes a little bit, flex through the leg, whoop, almost fall over. All right, and can we just give those apples a little twist and then bring them down? Little turn in the wrist and down. So good. And come to a pause there. Coming into our shrug and our arm extension. So this is where we actually create fists. We create tension. We lift those shoulders up, inhale and squeeze. And then we exhale, we drop the shoulders and open the hands wide. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, let that just relax. One more time. Tension and then just really conscious relaxation and let that go. Heading to our YWTL stretch, which I wish was a word, but it is not. I'm going to reach the arms up really high on the diagonal. Strike the fingertips out. Reach out. Pull through the shoulder blades a little bit. Now squeeze and bring the elbows to side body. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. And to the T, wide. Try to keep those forearms parallel and kind of pinchy, I know. Bring the elbows to side body. One more time. Elbows to side body. Let that go. We're moving out of upper body for a minute here, giving our shoulders a break. And Kevin's going to cue you through the foot sequence.
Oh.
There you go. I hope that stays.
Hi, everybody. So we're going to spread our fingers wide, elbows back near our ribs, spread our toes nice and wide, move them all down, push them into the mat individually, wiggle your fingers a little bit, fingers nice and wide. Then we're going to lift up onto the balls of our feet and then lower, lift, and then lower. We're going to keep our gaze fixed somewhere in the distance so that we've got nice balance. These help with balance some, raising and lowering. Now the next time we come up, we're going to stay there, and then we're going to pulse without letting our heels touch the ground, still with our gaze fixed in the distance for balance. Just pick a spot to look at, and then lower your heels to the ground, and then we're going to tip out just a little bit and pull those toes up toward your shin. Pull really hard, really work that calf. Shift to the other side, pull those toes up. Shift to the other side, pull the toes up. Shift to the other side, pull those toes up. Now let's go back to centered here. Spread the fingers wide, spread the toes wide. Now we're going to crumple up our hands, crumple up our toes, arch our foot really tightly. Spread wide, wiggle the fingers, press your toes into the mat. Then crumple up again, make a foot fist, make hand fists, just fists all over the place. Spread wide again, press your toes individually down into the mat. And I think that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm keying through a runner's stretch here. Cueing through a runner's stretch. Okay, so our feet are nice and parallel here. I'm going to stand this way. Sideways is best for me. Your feet are nice and parallel, and now you're going to step back with one foot and leave the other foot, just like a very small stride. Bending the back knee, put the hands on the back knee, and flex the front toes towards the shins. Take a good look at this. I'll cue you through it again. Front leg is straight, back leg is bent, and hands are upon that thigh very lightly. And you press in, pulling the toes up towards the shin. Press strongly, straighten up, and let's change out with our other leg behind. With my fused ankle, there's some challenge, but I'm sure I can demonstrate this fine. I'm going to bend that back knee, bend, and put the hand on the back knee, and then draw up the front toes. Do you feel that in the back of the leg? A little bit of balance posture there. And come on up, straighten up. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of what they would call like nerve flossing. It's really good for carpal tunnel issues and healthy hands and forearms here. Just pressing the hands, but we'll just start with hands at heart center. Press the palms together. Okay, and just enough pressure that you feel like you're really engaged but not having discomfort. Elbows wide. Gradually lift the hands in front of the face. Keeping that pressure if you can. Gradually, the forearms come together. Keep the pressure in the forearms, lifting the elbows until you find your range of motion. Pause. Take a breath in. On the exhale, lift the elbows a little higher. Find that freedom in the shoulders because of expanding the chest. Lower it down. Lower and pressing until the elbows flare. Coming down. Hands to heart center. Let's lighten the pressure between the hands. And we'll do a thing we call shoulder flossing here. We just come on over to one side and just create some circles over to one side. Nice and slow and controlled. And the other direction. Probably feels really unusual in your elbow and forearm, but not discomfort. Come on over the other side. Little circles. Other direction. Don't press too hard between the hands while we're doing this. And let that go. Just shake out the hands. Let that go. Just change my page here. Okay, so we're going to come into a bit of a squat, and then we're going to take it into a very dynamic stretch, which is very good for warming the body here. Okay, so first of all, just a squat. Simple squat. Hands out. Find your focal point. Find your balance. Feet are parallel. And come down any amount. Any amount that's good for you. And come on back up again. You have to be able to, too much for you, put your hands on a table or a counter and start your squats there. But squatting is so important that you need to find a way with modifications to start to build that ability. Hands on a counter and just dropping down a little bit, pushing back up. Okay, so we have that motion of coming down, straight down into a squat. Okay, not a forward fold. We're going to do a squat and a swing through now. Breath is very important on this exercise. We're going to be inhaling nice and tall, and we're going to exhale as we swing through. Inhale up, exhale, swing. Stay facing forward. So you exhale explosively through your mouth. Come on up and pause. We're going to go to the diagonal, so we're going to reach through on the diagonal, exhale, swing through straight. Reach up, inhale on the diagonal, exhale, swing through straight. Ready? Inhale, diagonal. One more time. Come to neutral. You should feel your heart. You should feel your heart pounding right now. Feel the flush in your cheeks, in your shoulders. It's all good stuff. What happened to you? We're going to stay with those kind of motions, but not quite so vigorous with our putting away boxes exercise. There's a box over here, knee height table. You're going to squat down, take that box, straighten up, reach at shoulder height, just reach, don't lean. Squat down, get it. Can you flow through? Nice and smooth without the lean. Squat, turn and reach. Last one. Turn and reach. Next box is as low as you can go. Slow it down if you have to. Come on up. And at this point, we reach high on that diagonal without leaning. Get that box off the floor. Reach high on that diagonal. One more. Push through the legs, straighten out the body, and reach. There you go. Other side. I'm going to come forward a little bit, okay? Squat it down. Box is over here. And just reach at shoulder height. So as I reach here, I gotta stretch on this side. And as I reach here, I gotta stretch on that side. Plus, we're in motion building strength. Next box is as low as you can go. Come on up and reach high. Put it up on that shelf way up there. 2 more of those. Last one. We have to keep in mind that range of motion, flexibility is all great, but if you don't have the strength to hold your body as you're doing those, then you don't have real functional fitness from that. Okay, we're going to shoulders here now. Just standing nice and straight and parallel. I have to be careful of my mic on this one. Maybe I'll put it like center. There. Okay, we're gonna just take that hand and just sweep it up in front, lay it across your upper chest. Just wrap that shoulder forward. You can hug it, or you can ask a little more of this stretch, whatever is good for you. I don't know what to do with my mic on this one. I'm gonna put it right there. There we go. Some people like a lot and they'll add that extra torsion like this. Let's breathe through that. How about you just lay your left ear onto your shoulder a little bit? Well, not onto your shoulder, towards. And bring your head up to neutral. Gently drop it over.
Let it go already.
And bring it back to neutral. Unwind from that. So bringing that arm up in front and across. Finding what you need. Your dominant arm might need a different stretch. It gets used so much. If you have shoulder injuries, you just kind of hug and try to roll that shoulder cap forward a little bit. If you do a lot of weightlifting and planks and stuff, you might want an extra stretch. Lay your right ear to your shoulder. And bring your head to neutral. Lay it down again. And back to neutral. And let that go. We go staying with the shoulders for just another moment here, because we're soon moving on from shoulders entirely. You're going to create 2 fists and press them together in mid-chest here. Just really engaged. Do you feel that strength? And now take the pressure out and just pivot through the elbows and open wide. I kind of think of this as like a kangaroo stance, like when they're ready to fight and they flex like this. And open wide. It's otherwise known as the flasher, which, oh well. Press and flash. And let that go. We're done with shoulders for a while. That's enough. We're headed for our forward fold. Okay? Going to be, feet are nice and parallel. And we're going to be coming down into a forward fold, and then we're actually opening side to side. But let's start with just a simple forward fold. Reach it up. Nice and tall. Let's hinge at the hips, bend the knees, and come into your forward fold. Just hands on the thighs is fine. First forward fold of the day, why not? Can you straighten your legs any amount and bring your gaze forward a little bit, like a flat tabletop back? Bend the knees, drop the crown of the head. Lift the shoulders, straighten the legs. Bend the knees, drop the crown of the head, roll up to standing. Very quickly, I'm going to show you what we're doing down there because your head will be down. We're going to come all the way down. Our knees are going to be bent. And I'm going to cue you to bend very deeply into one knee and open to the side. And then bend very deeply into the other knee, open to the side. If this is where you are instead, you still are doing that. You're bending into that knee still, okay? If you're not, down to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Nice and tall. Exhale, swan dive down. Hands down. Find your anchor point. Is it your thighs? Is it the floor? Let's bend both knees a little bit. Soften them. Now bend deeply into the right knee and lift the left hand up towards the sky. Softly looking up, not too jacked up in the neck. Big breath in. Exhale, bring that hand down. Bend the other knee. Open up to the other side. Exhale, bring it down. One more time, each side. Bend the right knee, left arm up. And down, bend the left knee, right arm up. Hand down, roll it up to standing. We're coming down to the mats for the rest of class today. Starting with just a simple child's pose and going into our prayer swipes again, just trying to get the hang of that. Okay, knees are wide, toes are together at the back of the mat. Careful of your mic, Katie. And we just walk ourselves right down into child's pose, walking the hands out, lower the shoulders, forehead to mat. Extend the arms, spread the fingers, but keep your forearms on the mat. Don't get so extended that your whole arm is elevated. We're going to do that later for a reason, but not now. Take a deep breath in, press through the elbows, and just lengthen and arch the back between the shoulder blades. Then sink that part of your spine down. Can you take away the bracing around the the mid spine, and let the belly button sway towards the mat? Press your palms into the mat, press your hips back into your heels, and relax. Lift up a little bit, take a look if you're still not familiar with our prayer swipes here. So I'm going to take my left hand to about center mat here and see the arm is elevated. We're going to take that right arm out to the side, lay the cheek down and sink down. So it's like an L shape with the arms. Cheek is down, so this is a really good neck stretch. Now press through that extended hand, and this goes like a thread the needle. It goes through to the other side, and we lay that cheek down on the mat and look underneath your arm. Up. Let's change sides. Extend the right arm long. Left arm goes out. And we lay the right cheek on the mat. Look at that extended arm out to the side. And just lay into that for a moment. Elevate a little bit, feed it through, and lay the left cheek on the mat. Press through, unwind, and come up to your proper hands and knees. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Hands underneath shoulders here. Once you've got yourself in a nice flat tabletop, we're just going to put the forearms down on the mat. So the elbows go where the palms were. And we come down into puppy pose here. Tailbone is high. And you got a good support. Hands are supporting here. Let's just be in puppy pose. Sink back to child pose. It's a modified child pose. And then rock yourself, glide forward to puppy. You're going all the way forward to your nose to the mat, Kevin. You could do that if you want to. You can come just up to just shoulders above elbows, or you can go beyond if you wanted to. Whatever the float feels good for you. And finally, just stopping in puppy pose here. And let's just tip our tailbone over to the right and look your hip over to the right, and look over your shoulder to the right. And then bring your hip over. And do you feel, once you got the feeling of the way the spine twists and undulates there, this is so good for low back issues, sciatic issues. And we just add a little neck stretch at the end of it, just to finish the spine twist. Back and forth.
I never thought I'd be doing this on the internet.
You thought you'd get paid more if you did. Come put your hands underneath you and come swing through. Feet extended long. We're going to be doing a bit of a seated twist here. Find your seat bones. Make sure you're on them. Sitting nice and tall. And then just bend your right knee, put your right foot on the ground here. I have my mic backwards, but that's okay. And then we're just going to bring that extended heel to center mat. There you go. If possible, we're putting your foot on the other side of that leg. If this is too much for you, you can stay here. That's okay. But we're looking for that crossover if possible. And just be in that for a moment, nice and tall. Don't get too crunkled down in that. Let's lift it up. Elevate, use your hands to support. Instead of doing rock the baby, which we do sometimes, we're just going to bring this leg as it is up to the chest or close to the chest. And maybe the foot comes off the ground and just give it a hug. You can use a strap if you want to. Kiss your knee. That's your baby today. Feel that in your hip, just holding, relaxing into that a little bit, and then put the foot back down on the mat. Okay, so I have my right foot crossed over my left leg. And if you're a little bit skewed on that, you maybe want to change so that I can cue you through hands and such going forward here. Let's take the right hand and put it behind. Or beside, wherever it needs to be. Reach up with the left. Any amount of extension we can get, and then hook that elbow to the outside of the knee and turn. You always have the option of just hugging the knee and turning. A little more engagement in the upper spine if you do this hook and turn. Inhale tall, exhale turn, nod your head. Let's not get too strong in the neck here. And just look for that. Now try to take a breath and concentrate on the lower part of your spine, relaxing into the twist, not fighting it. Look forward. Reach both hands forward and extend. And then go into your counter stretch. Just lay the hands over to the other side. My knee's dropping off to the side a little more than I want, so I'm paying attention to that. Come back to front here. Let's take that foot back to where it belongs. Give it a little hug into the chest. And extend long. Point the toes, flex the toes, point and flex. And we're going to change to the other side. Bend the knee. This is left leg. And once you've got it in good position here, let's bring that heel more center. It makes it easier to do the crossover, to do that, to bring it a little more center. And then take the foot to the other side of the leg if you can. Once you're there, let's give it a hug. Maybe it comes off the floor, maybe it gets squeezed into your chest. Maybe all you're gonna do is just put a little tension into that ankle just to bring that foot a little closer. You make a choice. There's options for this bind. Try to relax into that stretch. You're such a nice person. Let's put that foot down. And take your left hand either beside or behind, depending on how far you want to turn. If you need a little more space for you to turn your upper body, just lean back a little bit. Okay, reach up and take that hook into elbow on the outside of the knee and turn. Nice and loose in the head. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. Use the arms to help. Don't fight against it. But also don't take it so far that you are in discomfort. Look forward, unwind, reach the arms out, extend, and then lay them down to the other side. Come on forward. Let's take that foot to the other side and extend the leg long. Let's do some rotations with the toes. Doing circles with the toes. Other direction. Become aware of how much of a difference doing an hour of stretching and flexibility a couple of times a week makes in your week, or how you sleep, or your comfort in the day. Let's come into cross-legged any way you wish. I mean, whatever leg in front you wish to have on that. All right. Find your seat bones on that. We're just going to put that right hand down, left hand ear, and we're just going to open up and turn to the side, pressing through that as supporting hand.
So not up, but around?
Up and around. Turn and lift. I don't have as much lift as you do, I don't think. And come back around. Now let's watch Kevin if you don't know this one, okay? We're going to take that hand and we're just going to take it over to the side and look to the left. Come to neutral, hand to ear, open and lift. And then bring that arm all the way across and look to the left. Let that go.
Oh, so hard.
Other side. Hand to ear. And extended arms, so we get that balance. So we can lift that elbow up, open up through the chest. Don't hold your breath. And come back to neutral. Let's do that one more time before we do the other part. Lift and open. And come to neutral. Now that hand comes across, so we wrap through the shoulder, but we look over to the right. Bring it back, hand to ear, open and lift. And bring that L-shaped arm all the way across and look to the right. Come to neutral. A little bit of torso circles. You didn't like it?
It's pretty good.
Just gonna do some torso circles sitting here. Nice and slow. As you're doing this, let's press through the blades of the feet into the mat. Press your feet down into the mat. Now do your circles. Do you feel your hips get engaged? Change direction. Pressing the feet makes such a difference. Let's rock back. Change which shin's in front. And find yourself situated there. Okay, you're going to put our hand down on the mat on the left side. You're going to reach up and over and drop into a side bend. Maybe even your forearm is down on the mat. Look softly underneath the elbow. Breathe slow and deep. Let's just swoop that arm around in a great big circle and come on over to the other side. Creating like a crescent. Let's do that again. Swoop that arm around in a great big circle. Put it down on the other side, up and over. You aren't? Swooping around. Yeah, don't get off your seat bones here. That would be too far. I can feel that I'm almost off my seat bones. And come to neutral here. Let's extend the legs long. He does that for fun. That's Kevin. Okay, if you can find a better position than this, it doesn't matter what you're doing with your legs right now. You could be sitting in a chair, anything you wish for this. Okay, we're just going to be taking our arms really nice and wide. I know we do this as a big curl up hug. We're not doing it this time. We're just going to wrap the arms around, keep gazing forward, and cross those elbows as far as you can across each other. Now turn your upper body and look one direction, and turn and look the other. Don't hold your breath. Come back to neutral. Open wide. See if you can remember, put your other arm on top. Let those elbows cross over if they can, and stack the arms. Turn to one side. Turn to the other side. Come to neutral, and we're going to work towards eagle arms. You're tricky? I like it cross-legged, but I was cross-legged too long and I needed to change out. Okay, eagle arms is this pose, okay, but we're going to work towards that. First of all, we work towards it just by doing this. And that might be all you do while we do the eagle arms exercise, is just freeing up the shoulders to roll forward and cross over. If that's all you're going to do for the next part, that's fine. Otherwise, let's come in and let's just put right elbow on top of left elbow and try to press the back of the hands together. That might be all you have right now. Can you link your baby finger with your thumb? That might be where you are. There's so many stages to eagle arms, and the final stage is palms pressed to palms. Okay, if you're there, that's fine. Let's lift them up a little bit, bring them down. Look with arms on top. I've cued you for this, so I'm going to come nice and wide again. And we're going to stack the other elbow on top and start with trying to press back of hands together. If that's great, then we try to hook thumb to baby finger. That's where you are, or moving on, palms to palms. Bring up and rolling those shoulders forward. Lift the elbows in front of the face. Let that go. That's enough of arms. Oh my gosh. And we're going to come up to our hands and knees for one more thing on our hands and knees. This is fire hydrants. You can absolutely do it in a chair. You sit in the chair, you open your knee to the side, or you circle the knee to the side. Not an issue whatsoever. Same movement, same joints. So make that choice. Maybe next time I'll have a little stool here and I'll be able to demonstrate that as well. Hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. For fire hydrant. Oh, knees close together in the center of the mat. Kevin's just cueing me for this. Knees are close together, hands are wide. If you're on a chair, sit forward, get your feet flat on the floor. Okay, now we just open the hip to the side and bring it down. Open the hip and bring it down. Looking at the mat between your hands, let's do some circles going forward with that knee. Circles going backwards with that knee. Put the knee down. Other side, we open. Looking for that flexibility and range of motion. Okay, and knee going forward. This is the motions that gets us in and out of cars, in and out of booths, other direction. Having this freeness in hips helps all of that motion, and come to a pause here. We're just going to move on, and we're going to be coming down onto our side. Some people will prefer a strap for this quad stretch. So before you get down there, watch what I'm up to, and you make that decision. We're going to be laying on our side and kicking our foot back into the hand and squeezing here. So that's what we're going to be up to, laying down. So if you need a strap, you can strap around that ankle and use that to draw it up. So head is pillowed with the arm. Make sure your hips are nicely stacked. You're not leaning forward or anything like that. Nicely stacked. Now kick that foot, the top leg, that foot back into the hand, squeeze the heel to the hip. I'm getting tippy. And give it a squeeze. Feel that in your quad. This is a very big muscle group. We have to give it a moment to respond, breathing through. Push your foot into your hand and resist. Your hand and foot are having a little conflict there. And then relax the leg, and you'll be able to squeeze a little deeper into the stretch after doing the isometric version. Let that go. We're going to go onto our backs before we do the other side, and we're just going to hug our knees into the chest here. Hug your knees into your chest, laying on your back. Hugging them nice and tight. And then just rock side to side. Hold on to your left knee and extend your right leg long on the mat. Squeeze the knee into the chest and try to lay your leg down on the mat. Conscious of your jaw being relaxed, your chin being tucked, and not getting arched in your back. Get the details as you get used to the poses. Bring that knee back up, hug it into place, and extend the other leg long. Lay it down on the mat if you can, and hug the knee into the chest. Bring the knees up, roll over to your other side for your quad stretch on your other side. We're spinning around so we can stay facing the camera. You just roll side to side, that's fine. Pillow your head in your arm. Stack up your hips. Just do a check, because sometimes our proprioceptors in our brain don't tell us what position our hips are in until we actually touch them. Then kick your foot back into your hand and squeeze. Just breathing slow and deep. Keep that tension at the right place for you to make progress, but don't be in discomfort. Kick back and resist. And that lets, as soon as the leg releases, we get deeper into the stretch as we pull towards the hip. Legs are stacked. Knees are stacked. Gently let that go. We're going back onto our backs for our butterfly pose, rolling over onto our backs. Feet are close together and knees are close together. Tuck your chin and just let the knees sink out to the sides, soles of the feet together. And now we do a bit of a check. We're not going to stay static like this very long, but we don't want to be arched into our low back here. Put your hands on your ribs and just press yourself into the mat. Tuck the chin. Let's lift the knees up. And let the knees fall out to the side. And again. Just moving through soles of the feet together, knees wide. And then soles on the floor, knees side by side. Back and forth. Pause with your knees up, and we're going to go to windshield wipers here. You can put your arms out if you want, just to anchor yourself down, but we're just laying those knees over to one side. Up and over to the other side. The hip lifts, but the shoulders stay on the mat. Look for that freedom from the waist down, going back and forth. And then just come on over to your side, roll up to seated, and we will finish the class today in seated position. We do a very gentle, all body motion of rowing. Just really gentle, really intentional. Okay, we want to stay very flat back and just fold forward, not curl up into this motion, okay? So you can have a little bend in your knees if you want to. That's not a problem. Some people really prefer to let the hamstrings have a bit of a break on this. What we want to do is just dive as far as we can, and then pull the elbows alongside body, squeeze, almost pull them together behind you. Dive as far as you can. Bring those elbows back, pull them behind you a little bit. Inhale forward, exhale. You don't have to recline in this. If it's a lot for your low back, you can just come to upright. If you want to engage a little deeper and build strength, a little bit of a lean, rowing.
Feeling stride.
Are you feeling the stride? Back-to-back classes sometimes start to show what you've fatigued in your body. Let's just pause there. Bend the knees. We're working on our forward fold. Gradually trying to get closer and closer to the mat. Knees bent. So you just lay your body on your thighs. It's really simple to start with, hey? Okay, nice and tall. And this is the one where we very much relax into the first approach to our forward fold. We just come on forward, lay yourself, drape yourself upon your legs, tuck the chin, roll the shoulders away from the spine, soften the back plane, soften the jaw. Feel your hamstrings just barely engaged so they're not protective or not getting any cramps. And come on up. Let's step those feet about an inch away. Now we go for height, and we really just close the angle. We don't curl up. We just close the angle. Can you still lay yourself upon your thighs? Come on up. Step your feet away another inch or half inch. Find the place where you can no longer just lay your body down upon your thighs. When you reach that spot, step your feet back to support the stretch and just stay with that flow, okay? Otherwise, step your feet away a little more. Gradually looking for the place where your stretch is most demanding for you. And then come on up, straighten the legs. Left hand to right knee. Reach up with the right. And just open up softly to the side. Nice and tall. And we're just going to change that out nice and smooth. Reach up with the left, cross over, and turn. Can you float back and forth with that? Using the anchor of the opposite knee, and turn. One more time. And turn. And come to neutral. I hope we have time for next stretches. We do. Okay, so let's just cross our legs if that's comfortable for you. I'm going to go sideways here, and we're going to be just working on our posture and our neck position here. Coming into you're looking at me like I'm making a mistake.
No, I was trying to decide whether to face you or not, because then our angles are going to be...
Oh, which way would be best to demonstrate? That's very appreciative. What we're going to do first of all is tuck our chin in and take the worst selfie ever. So we're actually drawing back into the shoulders and then extending through. Draw back, tuck the chin, extend and glide forward. This is the chicken dance, I think. Do you feel that in your shoulders though? I might put my hands, no, that's not gonna work. I have to hold my knees. And one more time, and let that go. We tend to spend so much time with our head forward like this. Just being able to get some glide forward and back is really essential. Now I'm gonna just put the hand behind the head, and this is a resistance and an isometric stretch where we push the head into the hand and we resist with the hand. And relax. And push. And relax. Hand to forehead. Push forward. And relax. Push forward. And relax. Let that go. Look as far as you can to the right. And as far as you can to the left. Staying with the neck stretches today. We're just going to gradually stack up a neck stretch here. So what we're doing is, first of all, we start simple. We just take the ear and we lower it to the shoulder, and we see how that feels. And then you extend an arm, and you see how that feels. Is that too much? Bring your hand back. Any point where this is too much, you say, that's my stretch. Laying just the weight of the hand on the side of the head. Take a slow, deep breath. Slow and calm. Now lift the hand off the head. Bring the head to neutral. We do that very gently. We don't all of a sudden just let everything go and bring the hand to center. Just glide back and forth, looking left and right a few times, loosening up. And we go to the other side. Start with the lower of the ear. Then the extension of the opposite arm there. Lay the hand on the side of the head. Don't pull, just lay it there. Gently take the weight of the hand away and bring everything back to center. Okay. Going into cobbler's pose to finish our class today. Soles of the feet together, knees are wide. Walk yourself forward if you choose, but use your hands to walk your hips towards your feet. And reach through one hand at a time and take a bind. You can always put a strap around your feet and use that for your bind if you want to. Nice and tall here, putting some tension into the hands, which pulls into the hips a little bit, shoulders wide. And relax. Shoulders wide, pull a little bit and relax. Some people like to do butterfly here, and this is kind of a nice thing where you just flutter the knees up and down. Just a little bit, wiggling into the hips. Butterfly, Kevin. It just feels nice and loose in the hips. It's so good. And finally, we're going to just end the class with a modified turtle pose. That means you step the feet a little ways away from the upper body here. Give yourself some space. I'm changing where my mic is so I can actually do this stretch. Stay there, Mike. Okay, palms up. Slide them underneath the shins. Tuck the chins. This is where we roll up, curl up, relax the back plane. Tuck the chin. Shoulders curl forward. You draw the forehead towards the ankles. Deep breath in. You come out of it a little bit. Exhale, curl up. Think of your shoulders moving away from your upper spine and releasing and rolling forward. Soften your jaw. Tuck the chin. Slow the breathing. Come on up. Bring the knees together. Extend the legs long. Inhale, nice and tall. Got my mic up in the air. I don't know why. And come into a forward fold. Roll up to neutral spine. And that's your class for today. You've done amazing things. Please join us again for Nourish and consider Strive, our low intensity workout. Medium intensity, no jumping. You could be in an apartment, you could be in an RV, you could be in a hotel room, and you can still work out. It's an awesome thing. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.